Welcome to podcast 850,001. I'm joined today by my co-host Casper
Hello.
and iDexn. What do you prefer,
Just say
Dixon?
Dexon. Just say Dexon.
Dexon. There we
Yeah,
go.
Dexon.
Right. Dexon over at iDexn on Twitch. How are you today? How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Just finished work, chilling on this podcast, probably eat, go to bed.
Good plan, solid.
I don't
I
blame
like
you.
it.
I think
like it.
we'll be doing the same because we're
Yeah.
having to move house today.
Oh yeah, we're moving soon, which is it's stressful.
Which is why my background's a bit chaotic.
Yeah, this is
That's
our
cool.
this is our last podcast and my last stream in this house, so that's fun. So last week there was a whole controversy going on about OnlyFans removing their sexually explicit content. And when I heard that, I was just like, wow, it would be great to have someone who has had experience at OnlyFans on to have a little bit of a chat about that. They have gone back on their whole idea recently, which we'll also talk about. But Dexon, how did you feel when you first heard that? Heard that news?
Like, I couldn't believe how moronic the decision was, to the point where the company has made literally factual over $1 billion
Yeah.
to suddenly just changing this. It's like Domino's not selling pizza. It
Yeah.
makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah, like they just suddenly decide to only sell chips.
Yeah.
Like it's so dumb.
Ridiculous. And they sort of try to justify it like, oh, we'll still have like nudes and stuff, but any like sexual intercourse, like it's like that kind of thing, won't be allowed on the site. And it was just like, why?
I know it literally
sense.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and
It really doesn't.
It was a bit sort of like, you know, they've made all this money off the backs of these creators, and now they've turned around and they're gonna stab these creators in the back, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So basically, the thing is, for the email that they sent out to everyone was like a warning, like, come the 1st of October, if you have this amount of content on your page, you'll be penalized for this, and that. And you're like, what about the people who are paying for this? What about the people who are actually supporting you for that exact reason? Like,
yeah.
It's so dumb.
It's just an awful business decision, honestly.
Yeah, well, and they have realized that recently, right? So, because I looked up the story once again just to get some facts straight in my head before we streamed, and I looked it up about 3 hours ago, and they've gone back. They've just completely gone back on their decision and been like, no, never mind, it's fine. Sexually explicit content is allowed.
And I am right in saying this, but I'm going to speculate a little bit. The reason they have done that is because they've seen how many people have left their platform, joined other platforms, and how much popularity those other platforms have become. Also, that they have more benefits and they can make more money than OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Some of the biggest creators on OnlyFans, when they jump ship, it was like Ninja leaving Twitch to go to Mixer. Sorry.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's the thing.
Happened.
It was
that
like
was
it was like, hold on, wait. This is happening, and that's what it is for me. That OnlyFans are like, shit, we've really messed up here.
Yeah.
But is it too late? That's the question.
I think it's probably
I mean, it was
too
for
late
Ninja.
Wait, is Ninja not popular anymore?
He's not as popular as he was. The guy is still set for life. He's always going to be okay, but he's definitely not the top streamer anymore.
No, he's definitely not the top, but he's still solidified as one of the biggest ones in the world.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And, you know, the guy's going to be set for life.
What happened to Mixer? Did that close down? I think it did.
Mixer? Did they go bankrupt? Did they go bankrupt? I'm not too sure.
Something
to Google.
Yes.
To Google.
Yeah, and I feel like them going on to sort of backtrack on that is probably the smartest move, but I think you're right. It is too late. What was we briefly talked just before we went live, and you mentioned another website. What was the name?
So there are many different websites that people use, but the main one that all the top creators are going to is called Fansly. And it's because the terms are completely different. There is literally very minimalistic guidelines of what you can and can't do. And it's what OnlyFans used to be, and it is destroying the popularity of OnlyFans right now.
Yeah, I mean, when you stab your creators in the back, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, there's so many other platforms. So there's Fansly, there's Admire Me, there's even Patreon still has a little bit of here and there.
Yeah, I've heard for Patreon.
You know, the grey area.
Yeah.
So there's other sites that are doing it, but Fansly seem to be the one that's just shut up.
Yeah. Well, you did show me the layout of it and everything, and it does look very similar to the same thing as OnlyFans, like that sort of like minimalistic style. Everything's really easy to go through. So yeah, there's a lot of sites, and I've known of a lot of sites for a long time. It's just when OnlyFans became really popular, I looked at it and I was just like, this is amazing, because it's suddenly there's this boom in people being able to, especially women, being able to take the sort of sexualization that's going to be put on them anyway and own that and make money off that and make real proper money off that. And it was amazing, because it made that whole aspect of sex work suddenly so much accessible to everybody. And that makes for such a safe space, and that's what I admired about it all the time, was that this is a safe thing. But then for them to turn around and be like, nah, you can't do what you do and what you've built this platform on anymore. It sort of seemed it seemed like they were just going to try and drive these creators underground again, you know.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. That's why sex work in the real world is dangerous, because it's been driven underground. So you can't regulate it and stuff. And
something to think about as a basis of the start of lockdown. The very first lockdown was the biggest increase of sexual work online that was done. People were making OnlyFans and doing it subtly until they became massive, and they were like, holy hell, this could change my life. I could buy a car, I could get a mortgage off this. It was literally changing lives. No one had work at that time. At the start of lockdown, we were all furloughed, we were all either unemployed, looking for work, all that other stuff. We've all been there. OnlyFans was the escape. It was easy money. That's the thing. All content creators are doing, and I speak for myself and a few other people I know. You make content that you think other people will like, when you get paid, or when you cash out your monthly, you feel like you've actually earned it. You feel like, this is decent. Then we look at people like Karina Kopov and things like that, people who have made a living off of it. Belle Delphine is a prime example here. She has £1 million, not dollar, £1 million payout off of 1 month off the second lockdown.
Legit.
And that is mad, but good for her.
That's the thing.
Belle Delphine's always been kind of a controversial one, but I do definitely respect the grind and the fact that she essentially, especially at the start of lockdown, as you say, she essentially led the charge into OnlyFans of like
100%.
And there was this sudden boom, and I personally looked at it like, this is empowering as shit. If people can take this and take this sexualization and just use it to their own ends, that's incredible. And I definitely respect Belle Delphine for that, despite whatever controversy anyone can bring up at any given moment. she did definitely lead the charge there, and that's definitely
definitely. Like, the thing is about Belle is that she's so intelligent. This is what people don't give her credit for. She knows how to play the system. She knows how to get the views, how to cash out, how to get the money.
Doing, 100%.
She knows exactly what she's doing. She took a meme of her Ahigo face and made it a phenomenon, made it what people wanted. She then took that meme and turned it against each other. Then she did the really raunchy tweets, and then it kind of started out to be OnlyFans. Then she did the bad stuff like the bath water and all that other stuff. And it's like, but this girl literally was coming up with ideas that everyone was like, whoa, hang on a minute, I don't like this, but I do at the same time. And that's the thing. It started everything.
It
the
really worked.
bathwater was a ridiculous idea, but it worked, and it worked really well. She was all over the news and all over YouTube
Exactly.
channels, and like it got her name out. And the same as when she did that weird thing with the octopus.
Oh my god,
And
the octopus!
like, was that a few years ago? Because that was the first time I'd heard of her. Was
I mean,
the octopus?
speaking of someone who has like followed Bell for a while, who's paid for her content and seen it all and all that stuff, the main thing for me that shocked the internet was her return. You remember the I'm Back video on YouTube?
Yes.
She's the only person, the only content creator on YouTube that has uploaded something that bad, that raunchy, got it taken down, and then YouTube have reinstated her because they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took 6 times parody song and made the I'm Back video, and that was her return. And then she started doing the, the abducted takes, the bad boy.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah,
but it worked. It got people talking about it.
It worked.
Yeah. I mean,
and now everyone knows who she is.
She's definitely got that business mindset of it, and she 100% knows her audience, and she's always been able to stir up a controversy. It was in the early days of this podcast, actually, when Belle did the abduction stuff, and we did talk about it briefly at the time. That was what I kind of meant when I was saying about the controversies, because it was kind of jarring, especially to see like on Twitter, to see that kind of like that, like,
yeah,
I don't know. I could see both sides, because there were people being like, this is empowering. Also, it's just a fantasy. Do what you want. It's better that she's doing this fantasy and people are paying for this rather than going out and doing this thing in real life, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But then there were also people being like, this shouldn't be on Twitter. This shouldn't, like, you shouldn't be glorifying this or making money out of this kind of thing.
I think
she was banned from Twitter, wasn't she? Is she back on it yet?
She was reinstated.
She got banned from Instagram.
She was reinstated like straight away.
Yeah.
The thing is about me, and this is like the way I see it, is everyone has a right to their own opinion. Okay, and you're more than welcome to voice that opinion, but that doesn't mean you're right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
From someone who has done a little bit of OnlyFans, had some fun, all that kind of stuff, I empower anyone who does it, because it takes guts, it takes something to do.
For sure.
It takes a lot of confidence to put yourself out there like that. Definitely.
It does. It does, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just looking at her Twitter now, and her Twitter still looks the same as before she was banned to me. Like,
yeah, she also got banned off Instagram.
And
She's been banned off everything,
exactly the same.
And yet she still goes. And honestly, I definitely respect that woman. She's come a long way. And lockdown really exploded it.
Her appearance not changed for years?
I'm quite interested, actually, Dexon, to hear your opinions on the whole sort of abduction thing. Like, do you think that there's a time and a place to do that? Should it just have been behind a paywall? Was Twitter the right place to post that, or what do you think?
I mean, for me, the way that Belle does her stuff, and not a lot of people know this, her partner shoots it all. He does everything, the background, the effects, everything. He does that.
Yeah.
She's just the main catch.
Yeah.
They planned to do it on a perfect time where everyone in the world was sensitive, and they put it out there because they knew the reaction they were going to get. From that exposure and that reaction, they already got what they needed.
Yeah.
You had people like you guys know Drama Alert. You had Keemstar covering it. You had news articles covering it with a bathwater, everything.
We
like that.
even covered it. Like
they've played the system that much that they know how to get it right. And that's the main thing.
Yeah.
I mean, like, bathwater, octopus. it's the same thing.
I mean, the fact that Belle had to have 5 different full-length baths just to fill her order is mental. I mean, can you imagine having 5 baths?
Was that in one day?
Yeah, in one day, in one setting. She needed to have 5 baths.
That would take up an entire day. Because it takes 45 minutes to run a decent deep bath. Then you've got to put the bubbles in. And
Yeah.
you've got to spend at least 20 minutes in it to like.
And then on
Soaking in
top
it,
of
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you've got to drain the bath water and put it in little tubs. Like
But that's the thing, though. No, that's the thing.
Yeah,
She didn't
like-
drain the bath. She filled it with the petri dishes and the tubs. The tubs were only about that big.
oh right, I get
So
you.
she did it herself by hand on her own, because
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, like that's
I bet
dedication.
that took a few
That's
days.
dedication. So what
I
is
bet
it?
she was very wrinkly after that.
What is
Yeah,
it like
exactly.
being an OnlyFans creator? Like, what is the experience? Because it's wildly different from Twitch content, obviously, and
See,
YouTube, but also similar.
The thing is for me, and this is the way I see it in life, what you do behind closed doors is your business. It's no one else's.
Yeah.
I'm a dad. I go out to work. I'm engaged.
Mhm.
That's me normal. What I do online is no one's business.
Yeah.
I stream on Twitch. I have fun. I have my Discord community, my own clothing line, all that kind of stuff. I have all of that, and then I've got the other side where it's 18 plus. I'm an adult. I can do what I want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I wouldn't ever, like I said before, I wouldn't ever penalize someone for doing what they think is right or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because I think in the world, you treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
exactly.
And that's how I stand. And people don't always agree with that. It's like I've got this whole thing where I see it as like the snowflake era. If I say something and it upsets you, then okay, that's fair enough. But don't go and drag it out. Don't put it on Twitter. Don't try and get sympathy at the fact that I've upset you.
Yeah.
I think for me, it all depends what the upset is about. Because I'm a YouTuber and I'm trans, so I get a lot of transphobic hate comments.
Which is
And I do quite often screenshot them. I obviously blur out the person's name and whatever because I don't want them to get clout from it, and post it on Instagram. Like, what's your opinion on that?
Right. That is obviously your way of how to vent, which is
Yeah.
fine. But in my opinion, if that's me because we're different people, I'd take it on the chin and I'd get on with my day.
Yeah, I do most of the time, but sometimes there's one
It
that's
gets
just
a
like
bit much. Yeah.
there's one that's
Yeah.
just like a step too far, and I'm like, how can someone actually think that? So I
Yeah,
screenshot it.
like
Yeah.
I'm sure you've experienced this as well, Dex, and I have in my chat as well. There's always someone. If it's not too bad, then I'm just like I have a laugh with it. I read the comment, I make a joke. But I've had some like usually overtly sexual ones come in and are just outright inappropriate, and I have to ban them because I'm just
I
like I
totally
can't
get
have that.
like your safe space and everything like that. But say for example, am I allowed to swear on this?
Oh, for
Are we
sure.
allowed to
Yeah.
swear?
Yeah. For
All
sure.
right, okay. So if someone comes on my chat and calls me a dickhead or anything like that, I'll take it on the chin. If someone brought my real personal life into anything, it'd be a ban. But the thing is, if someone comes in and they're going to spend their time out of their day just to give me shit, I've already won. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to fucking say, you're a dickhead or whatever, because you've just wasted 5 minutes typing your little paragraph.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is,
yeah,
it is a waste of time. Like, what are you hoping to achieve? Like,
Exactly.
Casper, transphobes in your comments aren't going to stop you from being trans.
Yeah,
and
but
so
they
it's
seem
like,
they
what's
seem
the point?
to think they are. I've just started blocking them and reporting them all as spam.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, and that's your way of dealing with it, which is absolutely fine. I know people who are gay. I know people who are trans. I know people who are straight, and all the other. I am sorry. I'm not up with the whole LGBTQI whatever it is. But the thing is, what people do is what they do. It's no one else's fucking business, and that's the thing that really pisses me off. I've got friends who started out straight and ended up being trans. It doesn't make them not my friends. They're still the same people. They just have their own stuff to deal with, which is them. But I know people who have literally been battered because of it.
Yeah.
And those people who do that, they're like the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
And to me, they mean fuck all. Like literally fuck all. Even if I've known them for years, if they've gone and kicked someone's head in because they're gay or whatever, or they don't like their partner, then you're a piece of shit. You shouldn't be here.
I couldn't
But
have
that's
put it
just
better
me.
myself, honestly.
But that's just me. That's the thing. I don't have that snowflake mentality. It's either you get 10 barrels or you get nothing.
Yeah.
I've
That's
never
how
heard the
everyone should
phrase
be.
before, but I do
What I
understand
mean
where
is
you're coming
like,
from.
what I mean like, if someone gives me shit, they'll get shit back. If they treat
Yeah.
me with
Yeah.
respect, they get respect back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
There
a
we go. Yeah,
that's
I'm
a wonderful way.
really, really bad at wording.
Oh no, honestly, dude, I 100% agree with you there, and can definitely relate to that. Like, I've always had one of like the mentality of like, if someone seriously gives you shit, then you give either as good as you get or worse, because you know, I just don't want to stand for stuff. I don't want to lie down and take things. For me, the snowflake mentality, because what you've described there about people like posting shit all over Twitter and stuff like that, to me, I'd call that cancel culture, which I think has had a place and a time at one point, but has now developed into this toxic mindset that only sort of benefits the person at the time who's complaining about it. They want to complain about something and they want to get an audience behind them that's just like, oh yes,
which
yeah, I
is
completely agree.
wrong. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
wrong.
that's
Yeah.
not that
The
doesn't
whole
work.
the whole cancel culture thing used to be something, and it was useful. Now it is
Yeah.
overused. Just like when people
Oh
say,
yeah.
"I'm gay," they make a statement about it. They want affection. They want retweets. They want
Yeah.
likes. It's like it's not
They want
about that. It
they
shouldn't be
want
about
views
that.
on a coming out video. That's the only reason
Exactly.
people do that.
People like, hey guys, I'm sorry to say this, or I'm finally brave enough to say this. Like, no, stop, shut up. No one cares. Get
Yeah.
on with you. Live your life. You don't need an online following. And that's
Yeah.
why people don't like me, because I speak my mind.
I can appreciate where you're coming from. I will say, just from my perspective, from my opinion, that I have seen coming out videos. The first one that comes to mind is Dan Howell's, that are incredibly inspirational. I've been out for years. My coming out story is boring as shit because my parents are super accepting, so there's nothing really there for me to talk about.
I love how my guy's like, well, it's really boring because they're really accepting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
the
it.
way
Like,
it should
like
be,
there's
though.
no,
We should aim for people to have boring coming out stories that they don't need to make videos about.
That's the aim, you
No.
know. Like that. Like I never made a video and I never needed to do anything because I've just been out for years and that's just it, you know. That's it. That's me. But I have watched videos like Dan Howell's video, for example, that I find that when I was a teenager and I wasn't sure and I was looking at myself in the mirror like, why are you attracted to men? What is wrong with you? That kind of thing.
Nothing's wrong with you. That's
Exactly.
just what
There isn't nothing wrong with me. I
it's
know
that
but
it's that
the
mentality
Yeah.
that the world has told you to think, and it's
Exactly.
like you just need to just tell it to get fucked and do you.
For sure.
This
But
is the-
I think if I had that video of Dan Howell's coming out story, if I had that when I was a teenager, it would have definitely helped me at
Yeah.
that time. So I do see
And I think it probably
there is a
will
place
help
for it.
teenagers, like now teenagers.
I'm gonna disagree, because that
Hmm.
one video, yes, it may have influenced you or it might help you feel better, but it wouldn't change you as a person. So I
No.
think deep down, anyone who is about to come out or needs to come out or wants to say something, it's there. You just need to push, and that push is you saying it.
No, for sure. I like it. The video would never have changed my life or my story, I think. But I would say that it makes you feel safer. You know, it does make you feel better to know that there are people out there like you. But as you said before, there are some people who are just looking for clout on it. From both sides,
which is wrong.
Which is
Yeah.
not great.
100% wrong.
You know, you shouldn't be utilizing this, especially after there are people out there who are genuinely like suffering through stuff that it just doesn't. You know, you shouldn't use that.
I would say suffering is a completely different spectrum, because you can have someone who's trapped and they want to tell people, and then you can have people who are genuinely hurt and upset because they might lose friends or their family might, disown them or anything like that. It's that mentality that I would agree. Okay, yeah, fair enough. You do you. You say what you need to say. You do what you need to do. But don't go looking for clout.
No,
Because the thing is, and take this from someone who's been in some decent like teams on YouTube and done well, and then teams that haven't meant anything and have flopped. It doesn't matter. It's people online.
No,
the people who matter most to you is either your kids, your family, your mates. The people online, if they're there, but it don't make you any better. It don't change you as a person.
Like,
they're just a bonus, I think. Followers and a community, I guess.
Yeah, so
is
like
just a bonus that you don't necessarily need.
My Discord is a group of guys and girls who like gaming online, who have a bit of banter, and we do the whole no snowflake thing. You've got sections in your Discord where it's like not safe for work. You've got memes that are 18, and it says if you don't want to look at this stuff, don't click it.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, you don't have to look at the not safe for work channel if you don't want to see.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why there's a warning at the start of every not safe for work channel on Discord.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you have to click that you're over 18, don't you, or something? I don't know.
Well, you have to accept.
There's a bit of an age gate. Yeah. That kind of thing.
But saying that, I've got people on my Discord who age from 40, and I'm not kidding you. I've got some old fuckers on my Discord. 40 to the age of 14. The youngest lad is 14. But he chimes in with a banter, and we know the limit that he's got.
Yeah.
And the reason that we've got him, I'm not going to name him because that's not fair. We've got a 14-year-old in my Discord who in real life, he doesn't have friends. That's fact. He does not have friends. He came to us on Discord. He started speaking to us, and he's now involved in the whole community. The banter this kid comes out with, like he's my age. He schooled me live on my stream, and I was like, hey, listen, you little cunt, I'll knock you out. But listen, I know that when he joins that Discord, he's smiling. He's having a laugh. He knows what he's getting in for.
Yeah.
And that's why these communities are important, because people who might be nervous to meet people in real life can make friends from all different backgrounds and all different
that's the beauty of the internet, isn't it? Like there's all kinds of horrific shit on the internet and dumb people and stupid stuff and cancel culture. But if you want to, you can take the good side part of it as being it does connect us all in some way or another. And there are people out there. Like, I've grown up on the internet. It was a large part of my life growing up, and I don't know where I'd be without it, to be honest. There is also the other side of the coin of like, there are people who are like, internet is poisoning our society, we're not communicating in real life, etc. And I kind of get it sometimes, where like if I'm watching a movie and everyone else is on their phone and I really like the film and I'm just like, oh, please watch the film with me. But at the end of the day, like, you do make a lot of friends and you do see a lot of people where you wouldn't otherwise, and I think that's beautiful.
100%.
I like that.
And the 14-year-old that's in my Discord, every single time he comes on, he's having a laugh, he's having a banter and everything. Every time he comes off, I know, like we all know, he's going to go to school the next day. He's going to get bullied. He's going to get whatever. But he's going to come home after school and he's going to have a fucking good time.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he's opened up so much to him. And we're trying to teach him, like, listen, bro, we've been there. We've been bullied. We've had this. We've had our heads kicked in. We've been there. It gets better.
Yeah,
When you leave secondary school, bro, and you go to college, your whole life is changing. You can do what you want, whatever job you want. You can start a family. You can get a nice car. You can get a hobby. You can live your life. Yeah, and that's the same with everyone in life, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
We all have that drive. You just need to find it.
Yeah. I don't think anyone had a good time in high school.
Oh fuck no!
Like even the people that bullied me in high school,
good friends in
they
high
did
school.
not have a good time.
Yeah,
I mean, maths. Who the why? Why?
Yeah,
legit. What was the point in that?
When's the last time you ever used Pythagoras?
I don't even know what that is anymore.
I don't even know what it is now.
God!
I left school
can't even
almost
remember.
10 years ago. I don't even know what
no idea.
maths is.
Yeah. You know,
We all have
and
calculators in our
and there was
pockets
that
now.
whole fucking thing of like and I remember my math teacher saying this to me. He said, "You're not always going to have a calculator on you." I have my phone everywhere
Like, bitch,
all
there is a
the
phone.
time.
And if there's
Yeah.
not
All
a
the
phone, there's
time.
Siri, there's
Yeah,
Alexa,
yeah.
Cortana.
You know, like
Yeah.
there's been very few occasions where I've actually had to do real math in my head alone, and
I mean, don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
yeah.
When I do
Same.
my taxes and stuff, I flop a little bit. I do flop. I'm like, but I've got a missus who's a whiz, so yeah, that's how
well,
you
that's the
fix it.
thing. Is like, did they ever teach you to do your taxes in school?
I don't
You know?
fully know what a tax
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
I'm glad
Like-
that I'm a student and I don't need to think about them for another 2 years. After that, I'll be fucked.
Well, that's the thing.
Because
Is like
I don't know what a tax is.
I get it, you know, and obviously as a streamer, I'm self-employed, so I need to think about it. I need to worry about that kind of thing. But like, I understand roughly what it is, but I could have really used that in school. I could have really used someone teaching me how to work it all out, and no one ever did. They just taught us fucking, you know, trigonometry or whatever
Geography and
the fuck. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
they teach
Yeah.
you worthless shit you do not need to know, and it's so outdated.
And
Yeah.
and don't
And
I
they
have
don't
said
even
this.
teach us things that we need to know. Like in geography, I learned about mountains and rocks. I didn't learn where somewhere is in relation to me. I know nothing about the UK in terms of geography, and I've lived here my whole life.
See, the thing that's quite shocking to me is my daughter starts school in September. They've already told us your daughter needs a tablet for her homework. You fucking what? My
What?
daughter
Yeah.
needs a tablet to do
What?
her homework
What?
and her
Why?
studies and everything. And it's like, bro, when I was a kid, it was Snake on a Nokia. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, same. We had those interactive whiteboards when I went into year 6. They were life changing.
yeah. But that's
Yeah.
the thing. Everyone changes. Time changes. It is what it is.
Yeah, and I have said this on the podcast before. If there is anybody that that is in school and everything right now, don't take this as learning bad. Learning is fucking great. Always educate yourself. Never stop learning. Learning's brilliant, but school isn't always the best place for it.
No.
Yeah.
If it's definitely not what we're gonna do. Well, I know people that have had A stars and they smashed their GCSEs, everything like that. But I earn more money than them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, you've done that. You've got that job you want. You may have smashed school, but I've smashed you, 100%.
Yes,
But
I've smashed
then again,
life.
it's like everyone will do what they want, and we just need to find it. And in school, it's useless knowledge, but some knowledge you can apply to other things. College
Yeah.
for me was life changing. I've messed up school so bad to the point where I didn't even go.
Yeah.
I got permanently excluded at year 10. Permanently excluded by the Board of Education. Massively
Jeez.
flunked it. I had to go to college, and I found mechanics, and I just went off from there.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
me,
it's finding
was,
something that
IT.
you like.
100%.
Yeah.
And when you get to college and uni and stuff, you have a bit more freedom over what you can do. Like, you don't have to do the PE if you don't like it, and you don't have to do subjects that you don't like. You can concentrate on things that you like, and that is
Like-
what school should be, really.
I think I've got mates that go to the gym every day. I've got people who treat their bodies like a temple. I've got mates who get lashed all the time. They've got their own thing. And me, I go to work, I come home, I'm a dad, I come on, stream, have time with the missus, go to bed, rinse and repeat. That is my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because that's what
good.
I choose it to be.
Yeah, as long as you are happy in the like, obviously happy's a broad spectrum and we can't be happy all 24/7, but generally speaking, if you're happy where your life is, that's great. If you aren't, change something. Think about the thing that is making you unhappy and change it. If that's work or your home life or where you live or anything, just change it. It will take time sometimes, but do it.
Going on to that topic of the whole change it, let's touch on toxic relationships.
Okay, interesting segue, but sure.
Yep. No, I'm gonna say that whole
go ahead.
change it thing. we've all known someone who's in a bad relationship or someone who's unhappy or anything like that.
Yeah.
It can make it a lot easier on you if you just own up and just say, look, I'm not happy. Leave that person, do what they want. Don't go cheating. Don't make it 10 times worse.
And it's the same with friends as well. Like, if you have a group of friends that aren't good for you and that don't want to see you sober is a big thing when you're in your 20s, then you should just leave them and find another group of friends, whether it's online or in person.
I'd even say family. Like if you're living, just to relate it to what we were talking earlier, if you're LGBT and you're, living in a household and you're, say your father's really abusive and won't be accepting and you're afraid to come out because you think you might not have a place to live or you violence or whatever, then as soon as you possibly can, get the hell out of there. And just, if that person doesn't make you feel safe or is toxic towards you, you can cut them out. And family, it can be hard because there's the blood relation, but if they're really that bad for you, just go, man. And like you said before, Dexn, like there's no need to cheat on someone. There's no need to lie. Just be honest. And it's about being honest. It's not about just being honest with them. It's more about being honest with yourself and then communicating that to the person, that
100%.
Friend, family, relationship, whatever. But you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to be like, am I gonna lie down and am I gonna take this and is this just gonna be my life or am I gonna be happy?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if you go to bed at night and you're unhappy, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Don't get me wrong, if you stub your toe before and you get in the bed, well, yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the thing you're doing wrong is having that table at that certain angle in your house.
Why do we need shit? Well, this is the thing with my missus, and I know she's going to watch this back. Why do we need shit in the bedroom that shouldn't be in the bedroom? We need a bed, a wardrobe, a TV, done. We don't need a box. We don't need a statue. We don't need a makeup table. Just a fucking bed.
Yeah.
I take it that you have stubbed your toe before going to bed.
Yeah.
Judging from
I
this.
sense you're speaking from experience here.
Right, so the thing is, for me, the exact same as Casper's room is there. My bedroom has that slant all the way along, and her makeup table is there and everything. It's pitch black at night. I put the phone on charge, I turn off the light, I walk. I tiptoe now because I've done it in the past where I've just full on walked to the bed thinking I'm safe and ow!
Yep. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's why I keep my furniture on the other side of the room. But this bit of roof, I'm only 4'11", luckily. If I was 5'5", I don't think I could sit like this.
I mean, you would just have to move your whole computer.
Yeah,
for sure.
I just have to rearrange my desk. It's all good. We are moving in 4 days. 3 days.
4 days?
Oh,
3 days. It's 3 days,
God.
yeah. We are so stressed right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shit, you guys are moving. You two are moving.
Yeah, we're moving in 3 days.
In 3 days.
Only down the road. Only like 5 minutes down the road.
I was going to say, like, I moved from Scotland, the top of Scotland above Aberdeen, to the bottom of the UK, Aldershot. Which is in Hampshire. And that was stressful.
I'm glad that we're literally moving 5 minutes down the road this time.
Yeah, I've done moving halfway across the country, and it's not great.
I tell you what, though, don't you realize how much shit you have? Like,
God! Oh my God! I have so many boxes filled with useless crap.
I don't know why. When I was moving, I found out I had like 1,000 cables for shit I don't even own anymore.
Yeah.
Why have I got cables?
For some reason, I've got so many shoes. Why do I own so many shoes? I only have 2 feet. Like, I don't understand why I own so many trainers when I only wear the same 3 pairs. Why do I own about 15?
Yeah, I'm the same with the cables as well. but I always every time I open the cable drawer, I'm just like, why do I have these? Most of these are for connections from the 80s as well anyway. Like, no one's ever gonna need or want any of this, and yet I still close the drawer and I still have them in there to this day, every day.
I don't know why, but I have a box of cables, and in that box of cables is an iPhone, like an iPhone, what was it? 4, yeah, an iPhone 4. So it was the first ever iPhone I bought because I was like, yeah, Apple, realizing how shit it was. Anyway, that phone
I did exactly the same.
That phone died. It was like, oh well, you may as well just buy a new phone and get it fixed because it has a few photos of family members who aren't here anymore. I'm like, I need to look after this forever. Where common sense to me is like, well, you could just put it on the drive and then you have it forever. I'm like, no, I've got that phone, and I'm gonna keep that phone. So what I did was I boxed it all up. My daughter has a wardrobe in her bedroom. I lifted the wardrobe out. I chucked it behind it. I don't know where the box is now.
Gone.
Yeah. That's I've still got to sort through my drawer of cables, but I know that I have a phone charger for a Sony Ericsson from 2008 in there. You know, the one with the 2 prongs?
Yep.
I've still got one of them, even though nobody has owned a Sony Ericsson with the prongs. A Sony Ericsson thing.
Do you remember the Sony Ericsson speakers? They were like black and orange little speakers. There was 2 of them.
Oh yeah, those came with my phone in like 2008. I think I would have been like year 9.
I couldn't give you a year.
Yeah, I had them with my phone that I still have the charger for. Even though Sony Ericsson are no longer a thing, I'm pretty sure.
I used to have those speakers. I used to be that kid that would like put them in the backpack, blast metal music, and just walk past a group of people just to say, and that's good for you.
Yeah, I've never been that kid, but I've been friends with that kid, and it's always a good time.
I know. But no, I just wanted to say as well that I appreciate you guys bringing me on this and talking about OnlyFans and everything. I get it. I'm more than happy to talk about anything. Like, there's no limit.
I don't understand how we've ended up talking about old phone chargers, to be honest.
Well, there is actually there is a story I did want to sort of talk about on the podcast, just because I found it quite interesting. Because recently there was, I've never heard of this guy before, by the way. This was my sole introduction to him. There's a guy called Hasan Piker, who makes most of his money off being a commentator about socialism. That's what he talks about a lot of the time, right?
What's he called? I'll Google him.
Hasan Piker, Hasan Piker.
Yo, what up, Diz? How you doing?
I found him.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Dizzy? But yeah, he essentially went and he brought a $2.7 million mansion, and the internet just exploded because apparently you can't be a commentator and talk about socialism and own a house.
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. What I would understand the controversy being is if he went and brought that 2.7 million mansion, and then he went and brought another house that he doesn't live in, and then there's, obviously homeless people dying on the streets, and there's just this empty house sitting there. But that's not what he's done. He's went and he brought a house, and he lives in it. And I don't understand the controversy here. Like, the guy does work hard. He commentates about this, and he does good work, seemingly. I don't know 100%. This is my introduction to him, as I said. But it's just like, why is this a controversy? Like, people should be able to do what they want with the money that they earn. And I don't.
Yeah, it's no one's fucking business.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's controversial for a man to want to provide for his family and better his own life with money that he has quite rightly earned. Like, whether he's a socialist or whether he's not a socialist, he's allowed to have nice things. That doesn't mean that he's not still a socialist. He can be a socialist in a nice house.
So let's put it this way: Elon Musk is the richest man that's one of the richest men, sorry, at the moment. He sold his mansion, all his possessions, apart from one Tesla. He now lives in a box, a home box.
Does he?
Yeah,
he?
He
he
does
lives.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
I
he
saw
does.
this article.
He now lives in a box, a purposely built box that's a 10-minute drive to SpaceX. So this man sold his multi-million-dollar mansion to live in a box, right?
Yeah.
And the whole internet freaked out over it. Like, what the fuck? Elon Musk lives in a box, kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
he does.
Why? Yeah, I'm not trying to shit, but it was like,
Yeah.
but yeah, what is it anyone's business? Who cares
Yeah,
if he sold
like-
his house? Who cares if he's
yeah.
doing this?
See, yeah, and I you know, I do definitely respect that and respect the idea of someone just, you know, spending their money how they want to spend it. What I don't respect is people who buy multiple homes and most of those homes are unlived in because the rent is insanely high, and then there are, you know, people who are homeless like on the street outside of this home, you know. I can't
not doing
stand
that
kind
like,
of thing.
I don't understand why people are having a go at him for
Living in a box.
for being a nice person.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same as Elon Musk. Like, he's an odd man, Elon Musk.
Well, he really is, but I kind of love him.
His I've just seen pictures of his box. It
Have you
does look,
seen his
it does
box?
look like a very nice box, though.
It does look like a box. The thing is,
like,
there is a video on how to build this box. It's literally 6 steps. That's
Wow.
it. 6 steps
Wow.
you can build this.
like
10
and
minutes
that's-
away from SpaceX.
That's
I don't
nice.
know why
Like
I'm pointing over there at the wall, but yeah, you see over there.
SpaceX, it's that way.
Yeah, like Elon Musk is an odd man.
Oh,
But
aye.
he just wants to live in a little box close to his work, so he
To
doesn't need
reduce
to get
his
up.
carbon. He said, "I want to do it to reduce my carbon footprint."
Yeah.
That's
enough.
enough said. That's enough said. I mean,
Fair enough.
his missus kicked off massively because, as we know, if they wear the ring, they have all the power. Fucking definitely. But anyway, going off. I don't know how we managed to go from OnlyFans to phones to a box, but yeah.
Yeah.
My point is,
I
it
mean, here-
doesn't matter what you do with your money. It's your fucking money.
Yeah. Does Grimes and their child with the strange name live in this box with him, or do they
Yes,
live somewhere
yes.
else?
No, they live.
I
with-
really
I mean,
hope
if
he asked
Grimes
her
doesn't-
permission
if Grimes
before
doesn't
selling
wanna-
the house.
like Grimes can have her own box, or you know, a bigger
Well, yeah.
one.
Yeah.
If she
They
doesn't
could
want to
all
live
have
in
their
it,
own
like,
box next door to one another.
Elon was saying these boxes are going to be for sale next year, and he's battling the homelessness in America with this idea.
definitely.
People can afford these boxes. They will be maintained and ran by his company just for people to live in. They just have to fill a certain criteria. There can be unemployed, there can be employed. As long as they have the means to live there and they need it, he'll do it. That's his whole process around it.
Well, that's
He
why
could start full little communities of these boxes, like little.
for sure.
Bro, I'd live in a
housing
box.
complexes.
I'd live in a fucking box.
Yeah,
I
like,
wanna live in an
like,
Elon Musk
happily. Like if there's just 6 steps to assemble this thing, that it should definitely be the future. Like, I feel like money should be to pay for luxury, not for necessity. Like if you want a bigger house, that's fine. Go to work, earn more money, get a bigger house. You know, keep going, do that grind. That's fine. But if you can build a box for someone to live in for in 6 steps, and it's really cheap for them to do that, then that's great. Like, because at the end of the day, no one should have to suffer under something that they don't want to do and don't enjoy for something that's a necessity. Like, you need a shelter, you know, you need food, you need water. These are basic necessities of the human race. No one should be having to fight so hard for that. America does have this quite big as a problem because I guess capitalism, like, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, I do definitely love the idea of having this boxes out there, and I hope that comes to fruition and is cheap enough for homeless people to be able to get easily.
Worldwide, it could be as well. It doesn't just
No,
have
yeah.
to
It could be worldwide. I mean,
because
if
I
I get
assume
one,
they'd be like flat pack. They could
yeah,
be
it
shipped
is.
over to wherever.
So the thing is, if I have one of these boxes, I'm painting it black and covering it in barbed wire. But that's just me. My box would be.
I mean, that's just aesthetic.
Yeah.
But the thing
Yeah.
is, as well, there's also I'm not exactly sure on how much these boxes are also solar powered, and they generate like 60% electricity just for the box.
Perfect.
That's
Oh,
insane.
that's good. So they're like
Yeah.
self-sufficient. So you don't need like.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that's the word. See, I'm dumb as fuck. Yeah, self-sufficient.
Yeah, like
That's one of
legit.
them.
Yeah. So that would be a lot more ecologically friendly. I don't really understand much about the ecosystem or electric or whatever.
We're all
but
dying.
I know
That's about
solar-powered
it.
is better for it. Don't know why. Maybe
Uh,
not in the UK because it rains all the time, but in America, definitely.
I'd say I
solar-powered
think
would be a better idea.
the only problem with solar panels is that they are very toxic for the environment if they break down and you have to recycle them or you have to toss them. Then they can be really really toxic.
But 60% is a lot.
That's a
Yeah.
lot. Like that's amazing. Honestly. Hey, I've learned something new today. I didn't actually know that. I knew he was living in a box, but I didn't know that that was going to be a wide plan thing.
I have learned a lot about Elon Musk today.
He also wants to.
Yeah.
Wait, how did we go from OnlyFans to a box? I can't get my head around
I
it.
don't know, man. It's a conversational podcast, man. People just come on here and we talk about whatever.
We haven't even talked then about anything good yet.
Yeah.
Well,
Elon Musk and his box is good.
Yeah. Okay,
no, that's good.
yeah.
What would you? All right, Dexon. What would you like to talk about?
I want to know why you two wanted me on this podcast. That's what I want to know. I want to know why you wanted me on.
Because
go ahead.
Because we wanted to talk to someone who knew about OnlyFans and knew how bad it was for them to suddenly
I wanted
turn against sexual content.
Yeah, I wanted to hear
obviously we know the bare minimum,
that idea.
but I don't know how it works. I've got friends that do it. I've got friends that make quite a good living out of it. But I still don't understand to the extent how this could affect people if it were to happen. But I haven't gone back on it, so...
Would you like me to break it down?
Yeah. Go ahead.
There are 3 categories to OnlyFans. Number 1 is the free section page. Number 2 is the subscription page. And number 3 is the pay-per-view page. You can make a free OnlyFans account and you can limit it to be only pay-per-view. That means people have to pay individually for each post.
I didn't know that.
I could make a picture or like upload something with the missus, and I would say, if you want to unlock this, it's $5. But if I'm on sub mode, they can pay monthly and see everything. But you can
like Netflix.
Exactly. You can pick and choose. Like, hey, here's a piece of chocolate cake for $5. Here's a strawberry cake for free. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could say, right, okay, well, that's just a few pictures. It's nothing special. Hey, that's a gangbang video, 10 quid. Do you know what I mean? There's 3 sections to follow. And those 3 sections all make money. And then there's also the ads as well. OnlyFans has ads on it.
That's interesting.
Sex toys, for lube, for anything like that. It's all on there. You've just got
so like sponsorships then?
Kind of, but only big people have them. Only people who are verified have those type of connections.
What does verified mean? Is that like the same as Twitter?
Kind of, but so a verified standing. I need to have a look at this because I haven't looked in a while. A verified standing on OnlyFans comes from hang on. So it basically means that to get your verification, you've got to have a certain amount of people, a certain amount of income, and to be known. And you can only get verified. So only like big people would get verified.
It sounds about as volatile as Twitter's verification system, where it's just it's kind of random, but not really.
Yeah. But there are benefits to it. You can do bulk packages on OnlyFans, so you can get people to sub for a month for £4. You can get 3 months, or 6 months, or even a year You can get someone could join your page, pay for that year, and that's it. They've got the year.
Yeah.
But there's some that, but you can also, even though they pay for gear, you can have pay-per-view. So their subscription, it may last a year, but they still have to pay for that pay-per-view. And that's
if it's like an extra thing. So how would have like if they did go through with the banning sexual explicit stuff, how do you think that would have affected people?
It would be like the DMCA takedown on Twitch. It would be like if you have this and a VOD or whatever, it'd be taken out. So the email basically came out saying that if you have the criteria that doesn't commit with the new guidelines as of the 1st of October, it would be either removed, you'd be penalized, or you'd be terminated.
Yeah.
The removal process makes sense. If you're changing your terms and conditions, you have something on there that doesn't agree with it, yeah, fair enough, bye-bye. The penalization was like a warning. It's not like a 3-strike method like YouTube or Twitch or anything. It was like a warning. And I think it also meant with a pay cut, like on a cash out. And then
that's so wrong.
Yeah. And then finally, the third one, which is the moronic one, is just kind of like, well, you've done all this content, you made all this money, but now it's ours.
Yeah.
No. So they just kept. So they would just keep the money that this person had earned.
The account, and it's before the month is over, before they've cashed out, they don't have to pay. It's the same with Twitch.
So it wouldn't get refunded to the people that paid it.
Disgusting.
No, of course
that's
not.
an
I assumed it'd get refunded.
No, Twitch is exactly the same though. If you have a Twitch account that's got Twitch affiliate, and you've got subs and everything like that, if you get banned, you aren't getting paid out from that time. It literally says in the contract from the time frame, you get paid from the day it started to the date it finished. If you get banned in between, you're not getting paid.
That is very interesting. That's not an aspect that I've ever considered about this before. That's
also something that I didn't know. I didn't know Twitch did that.
I feel like I don't think the fact that they have gone back on this is going to change much, because it's the fact that they tried to do it in the first place.
Yeah, I think people will have already had that view that they've already tried to do it, so what's stopping them doing it again? Like if I was an OnlyFans creator, I would have moved over to another platform by now.
Yeah, I've considered becoming an OnlyFans creator, perhaps. If I get like a large enough audience on Twitch and there's enough demand for it, I have thought about it. Maybe if I feel more attractive in myself, etc. But now I'm not. Now I'm just straight up like maybe some of the other ones that you mentioned, like Fansly and all these other sites that there are. Sure, like I might think about something like that. But I'm just straight up not thinking about considering OnlyFans as an option now, and because they tried to. You know, it's not about the fact that they've gone back on it and they're like, oh, no, stop, like, come back, it's all fine, we're not going to do it, it's fine. It's the fact that they tried to in the first place, and I just wouldn't be able to be on a platform that tried that. I don't know.
But they've only decided
but then again, I'm on Twitch.
to do it because they've seen how many people have left and how many other apps are getting popular. Like, Fansly will take over OnlyFans. They won't make as much money by any means, but if all the big people start going over, we've got porn stars joining Fansly, we've got sex workers, we have serious people in the industry that are joining Fansly that will just take it next level.
Yeah. It will be the next OnlyFans. All it takes
until they potentially have a controversy and everyone moves from their site. But you know, we can hope that kind of thing doesn't happen.
It's just the cycle of creative platforms.
For me, the thing that sorry, no, go on. What you were saying?
I just wanted to like sort of clarify what their original reasoning for it was, because I know that I didn't fully understand it, but it was similar to what happened with Pornhub, where Pornhub had to change their rules around a bit, because their creditors or the money people. I'm not entirely sure of the word properly because I'm kind of not versed in that area, but essentially they wouldn't get as much money if they continued to do it. And I think that's how OnlyFans explained it, like, these creditors will not deal with us if we've got sexually explicit stuff on our platform. Is that right to say, or
I mean,
am I just...
you're kind of there, but with the Pornhub one, what you got to think is regular people could upload to Pornhub and get verified if they had enough people, just like any other system.
Yeah.
Or they couldn't make money.
Interesting.
Because you only make money off of sponsorships, off of ad revenue. There are no ads on Pornhub. You don't go on and get a, you go on to watch a porn video and you see an ad for a car. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because there's
No, the
money.
only
You don't
ads you get are for other porn sites like Chatterbait,
Well,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, you get like your little kind of hints, and you get like your
And you
discounts.
get your like single MILF near you now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that
But, like,
shit.
Have you? I don't know if you two have ever seen Brazzers, the paid version.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've seen
I've never
memes
been on that
of
site, but I know
Brazzers.
of it.
I've never been on it. I've seen a lot of memes.
Brazzers is basically 4K Ultra HD, bang in your face.
It's
and
the
you don't
highest
get any-
quality kind of thing.
It is the highest quality. If OnlyFans took their limit and put it up to 4K,
Yeah.
that would break the internet. 1080,
Yeah.
even on Twitch, like as Twitch affiliates, we can't go higher than 720p because you have to be partnered to get 1080p quality.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
like
Right.
yeah, I know about this. Like the limit, I think, as an affiliate is like for bitrate is like 6,000.
Yes,
but
you're right,
there's
you're
not
right.
really much point going beyond 3,500, that kind of area, because Twitch just doesn't give you the bandwidth unless you're partner.
And when you're partnered, even then you're still limited.
Yeah, like
No one is capable of doing a 4K stream. But on Brazzers, you can get 4K Ultra HD. Can you imagine if Fansly were like, hang on a minute, OnlyFans limited? We could go higher.
Yeah. I guess it does
And
come
it's
down to
doable.
hosting.
It's very
you know?
doable. Yeah.
But, like, especially when you've got individuals. Like, YouTube, I think YouTube sometimes does 4K for some people, but it's rare.
Oh, YouTube does.
YouTube does 10.
does, yeah.
YouTube can do 1080p 60 FPS for everybody, but like I think it's the idea is of having enough server space for that many variety of people uploading all the time. I can kind of see why it doesn't happen as much on Twitch, because of that reason.
Yeah, it would be a lot to handle, I think.
Yeah.
Also, it would be a lot of overkill.
So I take it that
like-
you've moved on from OnlyFans. Was that because of this, or are you still on it?
I mean, the thing is, me and my partner are no longer on it.
Yeah.
And we left because there was this divide of real life to the online.
Yeah.
And in a relationship, all I'm gonna say is you do things to make each other happy. If you're both not happy, don't do it. You're either in it or you're not. And it got a bit too much for our relationship, so we cut it out.
Yeah.
The truth is,
that makes sense.
we're not interacting with famous people or anything like that. You're interacting with real people.
Yeah.
People who might know you or people who are messaging you, asking for a request, stuff like that. Here's a great one, and this isn't bad or anything.
Yeah.
She got paid money to put whipped cream on her feet and wipe it off with a sponge. There are people out there that pay for that type of thing.
I mean,
okay?
like, there's a fetish for everything, so I can believe that for sure.
Yeah.
100%. But the thing is, there is a line, and it's kind of like the banter line as well. You're either in it or you're not.
Yeah.
So
no,
for me,
there are lines.
I've got fans and stuff like that, but just to support. I'm not going to be uploading.
Yeah. I think there is always sort of lines with everything, and I think it can come to quite personal of how far you're willing to go. Like I know people who have told me like, oh, I would love to start an OnlyFans, but I'm just too scared of like that kind of thing or whatever, and that's their line at the very beginning that just stops them from doing an OnlyFans in the first place. And then I think there's different levels to it of how far you would go, but you've got to personally set a line, and I can definitely see it becoming too much if there's too many things that cross those kind of lines, or at least try to.
If, say for example, when we were doing it, there was attention on both sides, but if one person got more attention than the other, it causes a divide.
Yeah.
And the truth is, when you're in a relationship or you're engaged or married or anything like that, you've got to be happy. Both people have to be happy. If you're single and you're having fun, you're going to go far, really fucking far. But doing it as a couple is hard. Very hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Do you know another thing that you two haven't mentioned that I'm very shocked about? You
What?
haven't mentioned Reddit.
Oh, that's because I don't understand Reddit at all.
Reddit.
I do have a Reddit, right?
But
I
is it
use it for looking at memes, and I use it for searching up how to do things on video games,
really?
or how to like work my camera if I don't know how to work it. But I don't know how to use it at all. I've never used it.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. I know the stream can't see, but I'm going to share my screen, and I want you both to look on Discord. I'm going to show you Dark Reddit.
My stream can see this part of this screen because it's taken over your webcam. So I don't know. Should I click this whilst live?
No.
Yeah.
Damn.
I can switch. What I can do is I can try and switch it to mine and Casper's cameras only, and change it to right. Do you share your screen again? I think it should kick Casper's camera into it automatically.
Right, I'm gonna share the screen, and we'll just see what it's like. All right, and I will show you that Reddit.
Right, can I click on it now?
Casper, but you can't really see him. Oh God.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
That's gonna have to do because it's a lot of fucking around.
That'll do. Right.
Wait, I can just see.
Okay, wait, no, I'm gonna have to go to my only just one cam because I've realized that as soon as I click on it, it immediately goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to just do my one cam for a second. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay. You guys see my screen here? Yeah.
Yep, I'm watching.
Dark Reddit.
Right.
Dark Reddit is literally exactly what you think and more. This is the best platform to advertise, to get your name out there.
Yeah.
You can select your categories, you can put deals on. Dark Reddit is basically it's Twitter on steroids.
Yeah, I don't understand it at all.
Like, I get it. I have been on Reddit. I've seen porn on Reddit. I understand that it's there. It's just not like, if I was to watch any porn at all, it's not my primary place that I would go. But I do appreciate that there's a lot of advertising that can go on there for your OnlyFans and stuff. Because I guess when you've got OnlyFans, which is a paid-for service, or any of the other paid-for services, you obviously can't... there's no growth there. Like, you can't really grow unless you are advertising this service in a free space,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But what you've got to remember as well is these are real people. These are real people who literally get in from work or just want a bit of fun. Reddit is nothing like I've ever seen before. Reddit is on steroids. There's no other word for it. If you could make money on Reddit, I mean, you can give people awards on Reddit and stuff, and it's not really that profitable. Like, you can just give people awards on their posts, stuff like that.
I think the beauty of it is that it is free, though.
Yeah,
because if it was paid for, again, it would fall in the same category as OnlyFans, where no one could advertise, no one could grow, because it would all be paid for, Oh.
Yep.
Oops, I accidentally switched over, sorry. Hello.
It's okay. I think it should sort itself out. There we go.
Sorry, I clicked on something. I was still watching the stream and didn't know how to get off it, so I clicked on something.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I almost fell off my chair.
I've got to be honest, I thought Reddit would be like on there for the topic. I really did.
Well, yeah, I definitely understand it as a place to sort of grow your audience.
A network and
networking, that kind of thing. There are Discords as well for OnlyFans creators, in the same sense that there are for Twitch creators. I'm aware of them anyway.
I mean, even in regular people's Discords, with other people, there's a section that you can go and you can advertise, or you can, share your content or all that other stuff. It's all networking, exactly what Casper just said, and that is the main thing. You can't just make an OnlyFans and expect people to click on it, because no one. Exactly. I don't know this. No one can find you without your link.
No,
so if you
can Google someone's name, I'm fairly confident you can.
You can Google, but if you go onto OnlyFans and just type it in, you're not going to see it.
Okay, that's interesting. So just to sort of change topics slightly, how do you think, iDexn, that the sex work industry and community, be it Pornhub, OnlyFans, Fansly, or even escorts in real life, what can the world do, like government-wise, society-wise, whatever, or people-wise, and how they view it, to make sex workers feel and be safer?
Stop scrutinizing people on what they want to do and what they're into. 100%. Stop picking and putting people in categories, because like I said at the start of this, no one should give a shit. It's only you, yourself, and what you care about.
Yeah.
So if you're a sex worker, listening to this and you're worried about what they're gonna think or anything, don't. Just you do you, and let it be happy. If you are happy, then that's it. Nothing else matters. And it goes for everyone. It goes for everything in life. If you're not happy, don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, what's the point? You're just wasting your life and energy on something that's entirely meaningless to you as a whole if you're not happy doing it.
You need to jump. 100%. You need to jump.
Yeah, like, and as I said before, I know people who have considered doing it and just haven't. And I think it's that, like, sort of, you're on the edge, but you don't jump. And you need to. You're right.
But do you know what I love about it is I keep going to the fact that these are real people. These are people who have got, I don't know, girls. Here's the prime example: girls who have, not perfect bodies, or they've got tattoos, or they've got scars, or anything like that. But they've got the pride. They don't fit
and the confidence.
Skinny, curvy, exactly the confidence, and it's the same with the guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was gay, there's plenty of other people on OnlyFans and others that deserve more. Well, the girls get more, obviously. But there's also gay couples. There's husband and wives. There's thruples. There's loads of different categories.
And there's people in wheelchairs and disabled people who might not be able to make an income and have a normal job, that are able to make their own income on OnlyFans, and that is great.
I think that's the beauty of it. Like I said before, when I was considering it and I saw OnlyFans sort of start blowing up, is that it was accessible to everyone, and it still is, but now obviously the situation's changed a bit because they've been a bit dodgy with stuff.
Is going to be huge.
Oh, for sure. But it's accessible to everyone, and sex work on the internet, especially through these platforms, is accessible to everyone. Hello, Zave. How you doing? Nice to see you in the chat there. Appreciate you coming along.
100%. The backlash will be astronomical for the fact that they made $1 billion. They got their money. They thought it was a good idea to change, and just look at how it's gone down. They've now did their statement. They've put out new terms. They're like, "Hey, don't leave us. You can still do this, this, and this. We only meant this." And it's like, no, you're panicking because people are leaving your platform. Because I think you're saying it's a safe place to do it. You can do this. You can make money off this, and to suddenly change it is literally like Domino's not selling pizza.
I think it just shows that places need to listen to their creators and listen 100%. To the people that use their platforms, because they didn't listen to their creators and they didn't listen to the people that use their platforms, and now those people are leaving that platform, so they are paying the price.
100%.
And it's not even the fact that you like OnlyFans. It's not even the fact that they tried to that now they're backtracking and they're just like, oh yeah, no, you can do this, this, and this, and that's what we meant, etc. It's the fact that you tried to. That's what's gonna be the downfall of it, is that you tried to screw people over, and everyone immediately saw you exactly for what you are. I don't think there is going to be any coming back for that.
I don't think they'll ever come back from it, and it's deserved, honestly.
Zave in my chat just says, from what I've read, they're only banning it on their new app, and they're launching it because of MasterCard's terms of service. They still want to have adult content on their browser site.
Nope, their app and the browser is exactly the same. The app has never been finished fully as well. It's always been in beta stage. I don't know if
it's because you can't have porn on the App Store or something, isn't it?
Well, it's like Pornhub on the app. You constantly need to update it every other week because it's changing. You technically can't. You can't have dark Reddit on your phone as well.
Right.
Yeah, it just doesn't. I don't know. I
Which
don't
is,
know.
as we were saying earlier, it's wrong. You
Yeah.
should be.
And it doesn't it doesn't create a safe space. All it does is it makes a stigma for people that it just that like if so people are going to do sex work, right? It's the oldest profession. That's always the saying, isn't it? So
Mhm.
people are always going to do sex work with or without the internet. It always exists. It's always going to, no matter what kind of laws you bring into it. But if you don't have a safe space, if you make it illegal for people to talk about it, if you make it illegal for people to have safe spaces, if you ban people from doing it on your website, then these people are going to do it anyway, but they're going to do it in unsafe spaces. They're going to go to clients that are not good. They're going to end up in a really, really bad situation. Or, you know, if it's illegal in whatever state or country they're doing it in, they're going to get arrested for it because you drove them out. And that's
Yeah,
not their fault. That is the fault of the people who drove them there because they destroyed all the other options.
yeah. These creators just need protecting, whether it's online or whether it's not online. They need something there to protect them from getting
Hey,
hurt. Or...
you are right. I mean, here's a great example. Where I live, there is a club that you can go to for 18 plus people, and it is primarily for meeting people, having sex, having interactions. In
Hmm.
this club, you go in, there's a locker, you put your phone in, you get into your kit, you know, whatever you're wearing, whatever you feel comfortable in. There's a
Mm-hmm.
bar, there's a studio, there's a sauna, there's a swimming pool, there's the dungeon, there's a sex room, and there's
Mm-hmm.
private rooms. Clubs like these exist all over the UK and all over the world.
I know. I've been
But
to
you
some.
never, but yeah, but exactly. But you never hear about it. You've
No,
always
Yeah,
got to hear it from someone else because it's
it's the
not mainstream.
yeah.
underground thing. Like
Because
I
But
only ever knew about these clubs
people
from
don't
people I've met.
exactly because
but
people don't talk about it. People don't want to hear it. And it's like this. You
and
can't have that mindset.
Mm.
and I think if they were spoken about, it could stop some people who do sex work from getting into some pretty dangerous and pretty unsafe situations. But
Hmm.
because there's this stigma around it and this stigma around talking about it and saying that you do sex work or have done sex work in the past, it those places aren't known about, and
Yeah.
those places could literally save lives.
Speaking of,
I mean,
of the stigma around it and stuff, what like I'd say a way to reduce the stigma, to bring it back to my question from earlier, like how can we make it safer? How can we reduce the stigma about it, like just as a society as a whole? I think education is incredibly important. What is your opinion, Dexon, on sex ed in schools?
fucking
Like
bullshit.
in the current climate of it, you know?
Absolute bullshit.
Aye, I'd agree.
Sex ed in
Yeah.
school was way too like, oh man, this boils my piss a little bit because it's taught by people who are so close-minded and they have to follow a schedule and they're so worried about showing you how to put a condom on properly on the banana or a cucumber. It's like
Hmm.
That was all we learned in sex
I
ed.
know, exactly. And
We
then
learned
when
how
they're
to put a
telling you
condom on a banana, and that was it.
the main focus for them is the STDs and what you can get and what's going to happen to you if you do this and that.
Yeah, and it's fear mongering, and what they
It is.
don't teach you, because obviously, like you are teaching this to children at the end of the day, so there is a certain amount of stuff that you can say to them,
But why?
but
Wait.
like they
Stop me
don't
though.
teach
Stop
you.
me though.
Yeah,
Why?
go ahead.
From what you just said there, why? Why is there
Because
only a certain amount?
I feel like just because you don't want to put a child in a potentially dangerous situation, that could happen, you know.
Okay, I see
Like,
your point.
there are safeguarding issues here, but I
Oh,
do also think the sex ed is currently bullshit. All I learned in sex ed was how to put a condom on and where the clitoris was. I didn't, and also the STD thing, as you said before, and it was all fear mongering. It was all designed
it is.
to
It is.
make you abstain from having sex and all that stuff. There was never any discussion about pleasure or what how you can like how you need to talk to your partner. There was never any discussion about consent. That's a big one. No one ever talked about consent in my school. none of the teachers or anything, and that's a massive part of it. You need to talk about that, and you also need to have these conversations with your partner, and no one speaks about that in school or whatever. They're just like, yeah, condom, maybe the clitoris, and STDs, and that's it, and that's not good.
Do you know the main thing in my school? I don't know if this was the same for most, but I think it is that at prom you've got to lose your virginity. You've got to do this. You've got to pass that certain threshold, and it's like,
Wow.
no.
Yeah, we had that
Yeah.
as well.
But
Yeah,
the thing
virginity is a whole
I'm
other.
one of
Yeah.
them that when I started hitting puberty, I was like, yo, I need this now, like right now. I was one of them that kind of
Yeah.
jumped on the bandwagon. Bro, I started on VHS tapes. Do you know what I mean? But no, for me, sex ed in school is too safeguarded, and it's kind
Yeah.
of what you said. Like, yeah, there should be safeguarding, but to me, no, there shouldn't. They should be completely honest about it. Let the children make up their own mind. Let
For
the
sure.
teenagers do what they need to do and what they need to learn. Teach them the basics of being safe, consent,
Yeah.
and show them the dangers. Yeah, but don't do it with someone who reading from a fucking instruction manual
No,
from
for
the government.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
what I mean with the safeguarding, by the way, is literally just, it could even just be the same sort of discussion in the same vein of just talking about the age of consent, talking about how there are some people out there who will take advantage if they think that they can of a younger person, you know. That's the
Yeah.
kind of stage. I
Yeah.
suppose I more mean teach kids safeguarding. Don't necessarily like safeguard them, like don't bubble wrap everything, don't mollycoddle everything, but teach them how to be safe, but also teach them how it can be for
See, the thing is,
pleasure.
from what your friend just put in the chat, I will get back to that in a minute. It's
Yeah.
what I was saying earlier, the snowflake mentality. It shouldn't be a thing. It really shouldn't. It literally destroys people's perceptions and their minds and creates the whole, what Casper said earlier, what was it? The cancel culture. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same thing. That snowflake mentality shouldn't be a thing.
No, I definitely agree with you. Agree with that. I definitely see where you're coming from. To me, a snowflake is someone who's racist or homophobic or transphobic or whatever, because they're the people who are actually getting upset and offended over people just existing, and that's really snowflakey. You know, that's just really stupid.
For me, it's a little bit different. It's if someone puts up a tweet and goes, "Oh, that offends me," or "You shouldn't say that." I'm like, "Well, fuck you. Who are you?" That's a snowflake to me. But the thing is, me and you will perceive it differently because we've both had different experiences of it. So as Casper, like Casper was saying earlier, it took him guts to say, like, yeah, he's been through it. He's doing the whole trans thing and everything like that. He's had shit, but look at him. He's getting on with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you got to do.
And like, for me, I've had the word snowflake used against me by racists, homophobics, transphobics, a lot. But like, I tend to like reclaim it and describe myself as a snowflake. Because if you describe yourself as a snowflake, the people who use it against you will no longer call you that, and a lot of snowflakes together make an avalanche.
Okay, yeah, what Casper just said. It's like I was saying earlier. I know people who have come out gay, and certain friends have battered them, put them in hospital just for that.
Yeah,
they are the snowflakes. They are the organizations.
Yeah.
But what about the person that actually did come out and go through that battering? Do you know what? It made them stronger. It made them 10 times better. Because like they're that offended of you, they're that scared of you, they don't like you. That already means you've won.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But also try not to get battered.
Well, yeah. I mean, we all had our heads kicked in every now and then. You know, it's just growing up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a difference between the kind of person that will go on the internet and just whine about something so meaningless and pointless and just completely fucking irrelevant, and someone who will go who will be like, you are actually infringing on my human rights with the actions you are taking, because there are groups out there like the TERFs are a prime example that immediately come to my mind, that directly go against people, and they perpetuate this stereotype, and they are the kind of people, they're not the kind of people that are out there beating up the trans people directly. They're the kinds of people that are encouraging the people who will go out and beat them, and that is also sickening in the same way. I think you should definitely say what you want, be what you want, have your own opinion. That's all well and fine. Just don't hurt anyone, either directly or indirectly, because then you're a scumbag.
If you've not got anything nice to say, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is,
pure and simple, I like it.
Well, yeah, that's just me, simple-minded guys.
I like
the thing
that.
for me as well is pride. So whenever pride comes around, there's this whole stigma, and you get everyone saying, you know, I'm gay, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. They're following pride, but then people forget the real reason for pride. They're just following like sheep, and I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
Like I said earlier, people use it to get attention, to get likes and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then you come back to it a couple of years later, the same person who said, yeah, I'm coming out gay, or I'm pride, or I'm bi, or anything like that, they've stopped. 2 years go by. Hang on a minute. Wait. You're not celebrating gay pride? No, I'm not. Wait, what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That pissed me off.
Yeah, no, being like pride and being proud is it's wonderful in the sense of it's a celebration of how far we've come, and also a reminder of how far we've got to go. But I have seen people who sort of don't who just want the thing that really gets me is people that just want a party. Pride is just a party.
Yeah,
that's it.
The straight people that use it as an excuse.
There's no like I've been at Pride multiple times, and I've been in situations in Pride where there are people standing up on stage, and it's a celebration, and it's very proudful and wonderful. But there's also that note where maybe they'll read a list of names, or there's a memorial of trans people that were killed in the last year as a reminder of how far we've still got to go. And then I've also been in situations where there's just people snorting cocaine off each other's dicks and getting incredibly fucking pissed and beating each other up and using it as an excuse to just get shit-faced. And if you want to get shit-faced, sure, get shit-faced, but don't piggyback on a movement to do that. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And yes, Zave, sorry to leave your message there well, not unread, I did see it, but just unaddressed for so long. They did reverse it. They have gone back on their decision.
They reversed it about 5 hours ago, approximately.
Well, we read it about 5 hours ago. I don't know if they reversed it 5 hours ago.
I think it did happen today.
They tiptoed around it around like midnight last night, but it was officially reversed about 6-7 hours ago, something like that.
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay.
they realised their mistake a little bit too late though. But they've made their own bed, now they've got to lie in it.
They saw how many people left their platform, how many other platforms were getting very big. Like we're literally underestimating how much Fansly has grown in the last couple of hours. It is astronomical. But the thing is, the amount of money that OnlyFans has made, that's the only thing I can't get my head around. How has your company made factually $1 billion and you suddenly go, no, we're not doing this anymore?
Yeah, screw everyone that we made this
for that. Who came up with that?
In a similar vein, it's you know, obviously it's more safe for work content, but in terms of YouTube definitely turned its backs on the people that made it. Like not the original people that made it. Like there were people there from the start who were the biggest shot callers right now. Markiplier, PewDiePie, they're there. YouTube never turned Jacksepticeye, etc. Yeah. And YouTube didn't turn its back on those people. They've got all the support in the world. They've got contacts at YouTube. Anything goes wrong, they just call them up, sorted, bam, done. But
Yeah.
now there are the smaller creators that are trying to make it, that are trying to build something for themselves, and YouTube are
And are
just
getting
killing
cancelled.
them.
And
Yeah,
they
they're
just
killing
don't
it.
reply. Like they don't reply if you have an issue with the comments. Like I've had issues over the past couple of months that I get abuse in my videos about trans stuff in the comments, and they're not flagged as hurtful or harmful or like they don't
Yeah,
have the
it should be
filter where you
auto
have to
modded at that
approve
point.
them. And I've been trying to contact YouTube support for months and months about this, but they've just not replied because I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
and that's because there isn't support there for the smaller creators. I get the fact that it is too big, but like YouTube as a whole, it's massive. But it's very similar to what OnlyFans have done, where they've made all this money, and even YouTube now they are putting ads on people who aren't monetized. So everybody has
Yeah,
ads.
and
So
keeping the
YouTube's
money.
making money out of fucking everyone. But is everyone making money out of YouTube? Fuck no.
No,
No.
YouTube is the lowest way to earn money. Twitch pays more than. Here's a
Oh
great.
yeah, yeah, I know.
Twitch's tax that we get done on us for being in the UK. Here's a prime example. We can hit that payout threshold very fucking quick. Then we get
Yeah.
taxed. Someone can then donate to you, and you get every single penny because it goes straight into your bank, straight into your PayPal, zero tax. But even the one that you've earned because it's processed by Twitch, you lose money on it. How's that justified?
Don't you have to report your earnings though, even if they're donations?
Twitch already see it all, and no, someone can join my stream, someone can donate to me, and it has happened in the past. Donate to me a fair bit of money, and it's gone straight into the bank, and I can get it out next day. Twitch, however, if someone does bits or anything like that, they take their little chunks to pay for their tax and their processing fees. Then you get your payout.
Yeah, and yet I have still made more money off Twitch than I don't think I'll ever make off YouTube.
Yeah, we don't talk about how hard it is to make money off
Yeah,
YouTube. 'Cause it
Well,
just makes me very
hard.
this is the thing. Like,
It,
I
it
think
just makes me
Casper,
very sad.
Casper, I think you are close. Like, you have been grinding at YouTube for a very long time, and I think you are definitely close to that threshold, which is incredible. And,
Yeah, I'm going to extend my
it doesn't
goal to the end
lessen
of.
the work that you have done and you have put in to YouTube. My main criticism for it is just to YouTube itself. Like, you have so much money and so much power, and you are making money out of people who aren't monetized now because you've got ads and fucking everybody, and yet you have decided to just turn your backs on these people. You don't offer them support. You don't offer them a pathway. That's what I love about Twitch is everything's gamified. There's achievements on Twitch. There's achievements all the place, and you can sort of track your progression over time. YouTube's just like, hey, your video. The first thing you see on your creator page on YouTube is like how your last video did out of the last 10. That's that's the same. That's the first thing. And if it's like the worst video, that's in your face all the time without any sort of conversation from YouTube on how to make it better and how you can do better and how they can.
They have started achievements. I've just seen one. I've gone on my YouTube studio and I've got an achievement for 75,000 views.
I didn't know that.
But it's a very, very recent thing. It's in the experimental phases.
I was going to say I didn't even know about this.
Yeah,
which basically means that they've seen Twitch doing the achievements and added it to themselves, I think. I can't see any of the other achievements. I can literally just see that one. I can't work out how to see them. I'll have a fiddle about and see if I can find out which ones I've actually got over the next couple of weeks. But they have added that as a feature, which is good. There's a little eye emoji with it. That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, Casper, how many subs do you have?
I have 1,376.
Okay. See,
It's taken me 3.5 years approximately to get to that.
Nice. I know people. Sorry, I've been in teams with people that have been over the 500k threshold, and even we haven't made good enough money.
Yeah. I know. I know that you don't earn a lot of money from it, and I'm never expecting to make a living out of YouTube.
I think the thing
But
with YouTube,
just like a
you
bit
can
of
do
pocket money,
like
so I can get a
you can
better
do
camera.
merch, you can do sponsors, you know, and it's easier
Yeah.
to do that kind of thing on YouTube. Like, someone I know had an offer for a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship on Twitch, right? In order to complete the criteria for that, they have to have a certain amount of people download, use the app, get to a certain level, and they also have to play the game on their stream for 2 straight hours. On
Yep.
YouTube, you just have to sort of
my
cut
friend
in
did
a
that.
30-second advert with, you know, like, and show a little bit of gameplay, talk a little bit about the game, and give people your creator code. You know, and I think that kind
I
of thing
think you
is easier.
probably do need to play it for a
I was
certain
gonna,
amount of time.
yeah, I
I
was
think
gonna
that
say, do you
probably
know
is
how much they actually pay for that Raid sponsorship? Because it's definitely nothing to snuff about. My friend who did it, I'll shout him out if that's okay.
Yeah,
All
sure,
right.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wolfie who did that promotion and earned £600 in just under 3 hours from that.
I mean,
That's
that's not
My-
bad. Like,
that's
if I, like I say this,
£600.
if I was given the option, I probably would do it. I'm just saying, I think it's like that's where the money can come from on YouTube, you know.
Yep.
Right, we've been going for an hour and a half. I kind of feel like we should start wrapping it up. But Dexon, is there
Alright.
anything you really want to talk about, or any message you want to sort of send out there, or anything you would like to discuss we haven't
I
already?
want to say thank you to the both of you for not taking everything I say to heart, because I am one of them people that just speak their mind, and I respect the fact of Casper being trans and then you being gay. I appreciate that because I'm a straight guy. So thank you for having me on the podcast. And I'm
It's
sorry if I have offended anyone or anything. But
Oh
it's like
no, you've not.
No, man, like
it's that snowflake mentality that I just don't do.
I definitely respect your honesty. It's been absolute blast having you on. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been a wonderful episode. I did because obviously there was a mutual person that got us in touch, and they did mention that you were worried that you are too direct, and you did mention the snowflake thing when I first spoke to you. And when I saw that, it's like Casper said earlier, like, I've been called a snowflake for being bisexual. Casper's been called a snowflake just for being trans. That's why I did ask about your opinions on that. And honestly, if you're not racist, homophobic, transphobic, and you're not out to actually hurt anyone, like, it's all fine by me. Speak your mind, speak your truth. That's perfectly fine. And this has been a wonderful episode.
This has been a wonderful podcast. Yeah.
I know you touched on it a little earlier, but I always like to wrap up in sort of like a theme of whatever we're talking about on it. What if there's anyone out there who's thinking about starting, say, an OnlyFans, or maybe some other thing like Fansly or Pornhub or whatever, but they're either just started out, they're feeling disheartened with it, or they haven't started out because they're scared. What would you say to them?
Okay. What? Fucking hell, here we go. Right. Sex is sex. Everyone likes something different. Everyone is into something different. Don't penalize other people on what they like just because you don't like it. Treat people how you want to be treated, and do not be a dickhead. If you want to go do it, go do it. If you don't want to do it, leave it to other people who will do it.
Yeah.
Don't ever think that you should categorize people, because that's fucking wrong.
Yeah. Wonderful. Right. Thank you so much, Dexon. Please go check out Dexon at iDexn. That's I'll just do a shout out in the chat. iDexn. That's lowercase IDEXN. There we go. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're listening on YouTube or whatever, or Spotify, press the subscribe button, the follow button, whatever it is that you need to do. And please go check out Dexon as well. Thank you so much. And as always, we'll see you soon. Bye, podcast people.
Guys, thank you for having me on.
Bye,
Take it
podcast
easy, guys.
people.